This is my second family. Auckland City and Central United are my second family, and I'm still looking further successes with Auckland City and Central United.
Well, I joined the club before I got married, and this was my life. And if it wasn't for this, I don't know what would happen to me.
I'm right down in my normal position, which is just as where the players come out onto the field. And I'm there with Nick Didovich and a couple of others. We're regulars in that spot. If anyone else is there, we sort of have to push them apart a wee bit. But we're down in the same spot every game.
When the Auckland City came on the scene, I was still thinking it's a one club, that's Central. Auckland City was different name, but for me, there was still the same people, same club, same character, same everything. So it was really, for me, easy to inherit a new way of looking at the soccer.
I reckon the same. That's Auckland City is, I think, the way of the Central, because if we play at Central any further, we wouldn't be anywhere. We would be down in the probably 4th division, if maybe not even existing today.
You've only got to look at TV to see all these big games in Europe. The crowd is everything. It's you've just the bigger the crowd, the more exuberance you can get, and the more excitement and singers and those sorts of things. Flags flying, it's all part of it. You've got to have that.
I hope we win for a start. I hope we've had a good meal, and if we lose, we'll be back again and do it all over again.
Match day is all about setting the scene, creating the environment where players just want to get out there and play. There's a lot of detail involved. It's all small stuff, and maybe a lot of people miss it, but to me these little things are important. For instance, when we had the old National League and you didn't have 200 kids playing on your pitch in the morning, which you can't avoid in the winter, but when you had a clean sheet, I wanted players to walk around the corner here and look at the field, beautifully mown, tractor marks and the mowing marks all over it, flags and everything up, dressing room sparkling, and the place is looking as good as it can be. And I want our players to feel that and go in there and perform. That's what match day is all about at Kiwitea. We have 20 people down here on a Saturday morning. They're all doing their little bits, and it's taken a few years, but they all know one guy, Nick Didovich, puts up the flags, someone else puts up the netting at the back, also Nick I think, but he's the leader of that, but he has 2 or 3 helping him, and there's people doing the dugout, cleaning them, and there's people putting up flags and corner flags.
It's always good to come to Kiwitea Street, because straight away as soon as I park, I see some familiar faces that I know for many years, and we're greeting with each other, shaking hands with people coming upstairs, and seeing a lot of people that have played at the club before many years ago. The players start rolling in, and they'll arrive earlier, some of them, to get some treatment with the physio, just to get on board with things, maybe early massage or something. But the players normally arrive an hour and a half before the game, and they'll trickle in, and some will be listening to music, some will be just having a chat of what's been going on in the football world or outside the football world. So they roll in, and the setup of the day begins from the staff perspective on the field, and for pre-match warm up and that sort of stuff. So then we just do some finer details about maybe some videos that we've watched of the opposition or of ourselves, and the head coach will just finalise what they say in the pre-match talk.
Just the atmosphere, the crowd's so close to the pitch. You got the 248 service up there chanting, hearing your name singing. You got Mike, the bucket man, banging. I mean, the clubhouse here, all the people just looking down and cheering. It's just you can't get a better pitch or better atmosphere here in New Zealand for me. Yeah, it's just amazing.
I actually drive past his house on the way to come into this ground. You see his pole painted in yellow, and sometimes you catch him before you come down, and he's always yelling and motivating you. And also his van's here when you pull up before game day, and he's got his bucket out 3 hours before a game, ready to obviously support the lads. He just gives that that lift before you walk into the dressing room, and the boys definitely love having him on board.
Growing up, I heard of the street the club, Kiwitea Street, and I was thinking, oh, that's like one of the clubs. And when I signed for this club, I would say the same. It's like a family to me, and I would say it's my home now. I can't be grateful enough of the opportunity that they gave me.
The beauty of Kiwitea Street is a tight-knit ground, and it's got a great stand there where supporters can sit on both sides. And having the supporters so close to the game and so close to the field for the players, it's huge, and there's many times we've had chock-a-block crowds here that you can hear everyone talking and screaming at you in good and bad ways, which creates an atmosphere. I think we're blessed to have good supporters that sing songs for the players and that there, and it's definitely a 12th man, as they say.
The first thing post-match, win or lose, we have to get the nets, flags, goalposts down and put away. And if we've won, it's an easy task. There's probably 20 people helping us. If we lose, you might get 10 or less, and it's a bit slower. But we come back up here afterwards and we prepare for the after-match part of the whole festival. And we like to have after-match speeches. I think it's a New Zealand tradition that I actually think helps to create a team spirit that makes the supporters and people that come up and watch. A lot of people look forward to those afterwards. And then we award a player of the day and that type of thing. And basically people enjoy themselves and they drink for 2 or 3 hours afterwards here. It's got a great atmosphere.
It's just the best feeling, like coming down here after the game. You finish the game and all your family and friends there waiting for you, and club members all giving you, handshake, well done, and this and that. It's just every time, win, lose or draw, that everyone's always there for you, and just like makes you feel part of this family.
It's got ambience. It's football. When you walk in here, there's nothing but football in here, and you feel it. You can't help but feel it. And it's got a warm, cosy feel. And when people are in here, the acoustics aren't too bad. I think all the flags and banners help in that regard, but it's not too bad for the acoustics, and it's a wonderful atmosphere.
But I mean, Auckland City and Central United for me has always been one club. I mean, it's been summer, winter league, but it's the same people. It's the same people making the match days happen. Same crowd, same fans. Same people in the club rooms here supporting us every time. So for me, it's not much changes. We're in a different jersey, but at the end of the day, it's the same club for me. Yeah.